One question I get asked a lot is, how do I know if it's fear, if it's anxiety, if it's intuition, if you're saying, oh, but my intuition is saying I've got to do this? That can be a really hard thing to work through, especially when you're going through trauma, stress, and you're highly anxious. One of the pointers I can give you, if you're going through an immense amount of stress and high anxiety over a situation in your life, could be something's going on with one of your children, or you're going through a separation, or you're having a fight with your best friend, or you're thinking about leaving your job, like big things come up. Our fear centers kick in, and it can be really, 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 really hard to differentiate between the two. So remember in the last video, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it on what is intuition. And I had said that you've got your soul and you've got your body. And your brain and your soul sometimes aren't always the best of friends, because the brain is there to protect you as a soul. So us as souls, we are individual. We're just us. It's our energy. That's it. That's all we got. And when we come into this body, we've got a center, which is your flight or fight or freeze. And it's there to protect you. It's there to keep you safe. Now, its version of safe and your soul's version of safe are sometimes a little bit different, because what happens is that you might fear certain things that don't make any sense, but they make sense to you. You've got, oh my gosh, well, what happens if I do this? I'll lose my job. What happens if I do this? I won't have any money. What happens if I do this? We'll split up and I'll never be right again. Or my children are going to, not like me. Or you're going to have all these like crazy things that happen. And those fear centers are based on beliefs and values. And there's all kinds of stuff out there that talk about get rid of limiting beliefs and get rid of this and get rid of this and get rid of that. And then you spend all of this time trying to get rid of something. You can't get rid of it. All right, you can't. It's there. It's in you. It's like getting rid of the past. Get rid of that. No. So they'll say, well, you got to get rid of how you feel about it. Okay, I'll buy into that. What is the best way to get over it? Start something new. So think about it like a fitness routine. So you start working out and you've got this routine, and you kind of start to get used to the routine, and you're happy with the routine, and you're going along, and all of a sudden, you don't really like this anymore. So then you decide to try something different. You try something else. You love it. And then you get better at it, and better at it, and better at it, and better at it. You get so good at it that if you went and did the other routine, you probably would fumble and fall, and it's meaningless to you. So the best way to get over that fear is to actually try something new. But here's the oxymoron. You're too scared to do it. That's usually when you need a little bit of help. So how do you differentiate between the fear and the intuition? So it's a skill. It is. What I want you to do is you're going to start really small, okay? And you want to be able to feel that anxiety and feel that fear burst up. And if it feels uncomfortable and you're scared, your heart's kind of pounding, you're nervous, it's fear. Okay. If you take a deep breath, you're like, okay, I'm just going to tap in and I'm going to say, okay, should I do this? Should I turn left? Should I turn right? Let's make it really simple. Okay. Tap in and, you know what? I feel like I should go right. But then you second guess yourself. And then you get all in your head. Okay. The fear kicks you in because there's the fear of making that decision. So tapping into your intuition is subtle and it's calm. There is no judgment with it and there is no fear with it. So when you tap in, once you know, now you have to learn your way, whatever your way is. That, yep, it gives me the answer, bang, gotta go with it. If you get it wrong, well, you had to make a decision anyways, and you can always go back to it and say, why did I get that wrong? And you might have realized, well, yeah, like when I really think about it, I actually wanted to do that. So I really didn't listen to it. But it's never wrong. The intuition is never wrong. The answers are always what's best for you. And then sometimes if you look at it even further ahead, you'll say, you know what? I thought it was wrong. Turned out that it wasn't. But the answer is always calm. There is an exception. The exception to the rule is this. If you're to go to do something, maybe you've decided to sell your house, quit your job, like something big, or you're going to take on this loan for this big project. And then all of a sudden you just get this overwhelming anxiety. That often is you're about to make a colossal mistake. Okay, it's overwhelming. But if it's a decision about, well, a smaller decision, that will come in very calm. So if you get this overwhelming feeling, that's when you really got to take a step back. You got to quieten it down. You got to really get yourself into a very calm place, and that answer will come in. So if the intuition hit is out of control anxiety, pull back, don't make a decision. But other than that, the decisions that when you use intuition, they're always going to be very calm. There is one more little thing to that, because this can be a little bit confusing, which is, let's say you finally decided to start this new project, a new business, a new job, or move. And your intuition has been telling you all along the way, this is right, this is good, everything's going good. And then all of a sudden you've got to make that last decision. Maybe you got to hit pay on the card, or you've got to hand something. You've got to do that last little bit. And then all of a sudden that fear comes up. So it's usually not colossal, but there's that it's like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't think I should be doing this. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's doubt, which we will talk about in another video, but I wanted to hit on it here just so you don't get confused. Doubt is your brain's way of saying, final answer? Like, are you sure? But not, are you sure? Like, I'm questioning you. It's you always have a choice. So you have that choice. So it will say, are you sure you want to do this? Maybe it's not because it's going to go wrong, but maybe it's because you've got to get over an enormous fear. Maybe it's because you're terrified to do this whole new thing. You're terrified to say, I don't want to be that person. I want to be this person. And you're so scared. And that last minute, that doubt kicks in. But that doubt isn't always a bad thing. So you want to just take a deep breath and say, where is this doubt coming from? Is it actually coming from a place of, I shouldn't do this? Or is it just, the door going, you always get a choice. So that would be the other thing to kind of think about. And it's happened to me when I've decided to up level. I'm like, yep, I'm going to give this up. I'm going to do this. And I've got everything planned in that last minute, because maybe, well, then this means I don't get to work for the next month, or this means it's going to cost me this and I'm worried about money, or this means whatever it means, that it could be triggering like a core fear. And when you want to level up, you're going to have to get over a pretty big fear. Maybe you decided to start a new program and you've just signed on to school. You've decided you're going to go. You've got everything put into place. You know it's the right decision. And then you go to sign the loan papers and your hands are just shaking. Well, because you're scared to go into debt. You're scared to start over. What if I don't make it? And all those thoughts kind of come in. So differentiating between those two is actually really important. And I did want to bring that up really quickly for you, is that can show up, that last little bit of doubt. But if it shows up after you've logically thought through it, you've made the decisions, it's that very last minute, it's like you've decided to jump off and everything's safe. There's no reason not to do it. But if the intuition comes in really calm and you get that hit that said, pull back, then you might want to pull back.